Hello, welcome in. This is Crime Time Buzz, and it is so good to see you. We are discussing Summer Moon Utah Wells. Summer was 5 years old when she was reported missing on June 15th, 2021. Beautiful blonde hair, blue eyes. However, her blonde hair was shaved off at the time she went missing. But there's pictures with her beautiful blonde hair. She's just darling smile, cute as a button. We're going to be discussing Summer today because she's been missing 4 years. And there's been very little in the media, the mainstream media about Summer. Very few updates, very few anything reaching out to the public reminding us Summer isn't home yet. Summer hasn't been located. Now, Summer, this is her home on the thumbnail, and the great news is her father, Don Wells, posted a post tonight, a few hours ago, that said TBI had reached out to them and asked if they could search the road below their home. And Don and Candace thanked them for not forgetting Summer Moon Utah Wells. And if you're not familiar with Summer's case, stick with me because we're going to start tonight and I'm going to take you through the whole case. But for right now, tonight, I'm just going to give you what we need to know how fabulous that is, that finally another search will be conducted that the public is aware of. Are they doing some on the side? I don't know. It just seems the case has gone really cold. Summer is an Amber Alert child, so the Amber Alert Field Guide by the Department of Justice states the public information officer should be putting articles out about the child reminders repeatedly, not to share investigative information, but asking the public for help if they need to, and at the very least, keeping Summer's face, photo, story out there to the public to remind everyone that she has not been located. And that has not been happening. The last update in the TBI newsroom is from 2023, and the last TBI update was from last year, June 15th, 2023. 4, excuse me. Summer was reported missing June 15th, 2021. So they're taking action, and this comes off the heels of At Night Creative Intelligence and One World Corp putting out a request to have the FBI take over Summer's case along with Sebastian Rogers, or at the very least, run a parallel investigation into Summer Wells' case and Sebastian Rogers. So this is coincidence, you can maybe think, but I think it put them into action to put a search out there, get going for Summer Moon Utah Wells, and hopefully it'll do the same for Sebastian Rogers. Let's get started. This is about Summer, and this is her story. This is from Summer's father, Don Wells. And this was on their Facebook page, Find Summer Wells. TBI update. And it says 16 minutes ago, but by now it was probably about 3 hours. TBI update. We would like to thank the TBI for calling us and asking if they could come look over the road below our house. Thank you for not forgetting our daughter, Summer Moon Utah Wells, Don Candace. And I'll read that one more time. TBI update. We would like to thank the TBI for calling us and asking if they could come look over the road below our house. Thank you for not forgetting our daughter, Summer Moon Utah Wells, Don and Candace. And that was this evening, this July 3rd of 2025. So they have sprung into action. I don't know how many will be out there. I don't know where they'll be searching. We don't have that information. We just know of it because Don put that out there, that they will be searching for Summer, and that is always good news when people are searching, especially the professionals. So it's great news, and I'm going to share a little bit about Summer with you. Now, when they say below the road, this is Summer's home. Summer lives in East Tennessee, Rogersville, Hawkins County, and it is in an area called Beach Creek. And this is where her home is, where you see the red mark. Now, imagine the terrain. Imagine the terrain here in June. Okay. And one theory was that Summer walked away and got lost. Okay. That was one theory. I'm going to save my opinion. I'm going to walk you through this, and then we'll do a deep dive on the case tomorrow live. So hit your notification bell, subscribe, and we will do a deep dive, and then I'll share a little bit of what my thoughts have been. This was the very first case that I covered, I believe. Yes. So Summer Moon Utah Wells became America's sweetheart, the world's sweetheart. Everyone still talks about Summer Wells. Very high profile case out of Tennessee, as much so as Sebastian Rogers. Except Sebastian probably a little more now that we have celebrities involved and intelligence agencies and et cetera, possibly. I don't know. But two very high profile cases out of Tennessee. So this will be the area, I'm assuming. Here's the driveway. This would be the area that they would be searching. They did ask for permission. Now, from what I've heard, Don and Candace are not living there right now. So they did ask for permission. They did give it. They did. We do not know when the search is going to occur, but this is great news, believe me, because there has been so little, nothing reported, shared, here's what we're doing. We haven't given up, really nothing. And like I said, this past 2025, not even a statement that I could find of from TBI. And the newsroom's last one was in 2023. That's their last update on the newsroom. So here's mom and dad. This is the area. Here's where they'll be searching. Now, are they going to be digging? I don't know. Aerial, I am not sure. Summer is also an Amber Alert child from Tennessee who is still missing, along with Sebastian Rogers. Summer Moon Utah Wells. Is she beautiful? Summer's 5, was 5 when she went missing. She's 9 now. Sex, female, white, blonde hair, blue eyes. Look at those beautiful eyes. 3 foot. She was at the time about 40 pounds. From Rogersville, Tennessee. Okay. Amber Alert has been issued on behalf of the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office for Summer Moon Utah Wells. Summer is a 5-year-old white female, 3 feet tall, 40 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Summer was last seen wearing gray pants, a pink shirt, and was possibly barefoot. Another barefoot child. If you have seen Summer or have any information regarding her whereabouts, please contact the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office at 423-272-7121 or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. They do happen to have a different chief deputy on the case. It's not Bobby Simmons, as is for the Sebastian's case. It is Tony Allen. Excuse me. At least it was when the Amber Alert went out. I do want to draw to your attention. This is the photo that they were given the night Summer went missing. So that is the photo that goes on all the publications, the Amber Alert. And that is not reminiscent of what Summer looked like when she went missing. When Summer went missing, she looked like this. She had her head shaved, and she looked much thinner, as you can see, and her cheeks, they're not as puffy and filled out. A little bit of her dark circles, and much thinner. And I'm pointing that out because if I had been looking for Summer in that area or wherever, and this Summer had walked by me maybe in a boy's t-shirt and jeans and a baseball cap or something, and maybe not even a baseball cap, I would not have probably taken her for this. I would not have probably recognized her because this is what was out. So I always worried going across borders or airports, if this is what people were looking at, did Summer get through? Right? So, and just to mention to you, no one in this case has been cleared. No one has been cleared at all. So, and they have interviewed neighbors, many neighbors, parents. Summer has 4 brothers, 3 brothers that are no longer living with the parents, 2 have been adopted. One breaks my heart that they split them up. I'm so devastated about that. And the oldest boy, Josie, he's 15 and still has not been adopted. And we're going to discuss that tomorrow. There's a video of him so people could learn that he needs to be adopted and needs a forever home. And it, honest to goodness, bring your tissues. And it broke my heart because they're split up. But not only that, 2 went together and he didn't get to go. And not only that, he still hasn't found his forever home. So it's heartbreaking. And but the boys were taken by CPS, and we're going to cover that. It's going to be a long live. Unless you guys want a shorter one, we'll talk tomorrow. We can figure that out and do 2 or 1 long one, whichever you want. But anyway, it's a sad case, and it has gone cold. It is not, we don't hear updates. We don't see action. And I know they don't owe us anything, but my goodness, once in a while, talk about the child, put the child's picture up there. TBI is supposed to be doing that according to the Department of Justice field guide for the Amber Alert. They are supposed to be in the public. And Summer still does have an active Amber Alert. A few things I want to tell you about Summer is her favorite color is purple. Her birthday is February 4th. She was 5 years and 3 months. 2 months? Yeah, 5 years and 3 months. Or 4 months. Loves Paw Patrol. She loves swinging on her swing and playing outside. She's quite a tomboy. Loves her puppies and kitties. And was about to start kindergarten in that fall. So she'd be going into 4th grade now. This is Summer's dad. This is Mark. This was just a couple weeks ago. And this is credit to WJHL News Channel 11. This is Don Wells and Candace Wells, the mother, Candace Blythe Wells, was supposed to be in this video, but they say towards the end that last minute she declined to come. And Don explains that she was nervous about social media and the media. They've had an experience, but we'll get into that too. It's been a whole big thing. So a lot of drama in the case, a lot. And we're going to focus on bringing Summer home. But I will let you know what, is going on as we go through the case. But this is Summer's father. And the good news is there is going to be a search below the road, on the road below their home. So probably Ben Hill Road, East Tennessee. Summer Wells. Let's listen to her father.
Nearly 4 years home here and that she was, and today as to where she could be.
4 years too long. My thoughts and feelings haven't changed. I mean, I've been continual heartbreak for the past 4 years.
This very yard is one of the last places Dawn Wells's daughter Summer was known to be.
We love and miss her very much and wish that she could come home very much because she was kind of the bossy boss around here, and we just miss our children, man. We had 4 children running around here like crazy.
The then 5-year-old has been at the center of an Amber Alert since June 15th of 2021. Crews searched the Beech Creek community for weeks, with law enforcement receiving numerous tips that never panned out.
We haven't talked to them in a long time. We let Chris and Trudy, our private detectives, deal with TBI in Hawkins County because, I don't know, anyway, it's just better that they do that.
These faded signs all throughout the Beech Creek community are a sign of hope that Summer Wells could still come home nearly 4 years after she disappeared from her home on Ben Hill Road.
It's very bad, and then when you add the social media pressure, of them saying that we're suspects or whatever, that just adds to it, and it's kind of living a nightmare.
Summer's mother, Candace, has only spoken to us on camera once. She declined to be a part of this interview minutes before we started recording.
She wanted to, but all them fears started creeping up, you know, of what happened, you know, in the beginning with the social media and everything, hunting us down everywhere we go and trying to basically ruin us everywhere we go. And
So that is the father, Don Wells, and the mother has really not gone and done interviews. She did go on Dr. Phil once and cried and left the stage, and we don't see much of her. She does that. She did for a while have her own YouTube channel. Now I haven't been up on that. I'll have to check for you, but it really wasn't a lot about Summer. So mom isn't big on the media, isn't big on doing interviews. And it's been very sad. Summer doesn't have a voice. No one's raising their voice and demanding for Summer. So I was glad to hear that that federal request for the FBI included Summer because she needs a voice. She needs a loud voice. Sebastian Rogers has a loud voice in his father, Seth Rogers. And so Summer needs that. So I'm really glad she's included in that request for FBI. And if that's what sprung them into action, it's coincidentally a couple days later after a year or more of nothing. I mean, her report, her update on the TBI newsroom, sadly, the last update was in 2023. This year, they did not do the 1 year mark update that they normally do. They skipped it this year as far as I can see. If you found it, let me know. So very sad story. We are going to start deep diving it tomorrow. We could go on and on. I love Summer Moon Utah Wells. I want us to locate Summer. She's just a beautiful little girl who deserves to be found. I will see you tomorrow. And until then, keep keeping on. And let's hope that there's a lot of people out there searching that road, that area. I don't know why they chose that specific area. I don't know what they're going to bring. Is it going to be just aerial? Is it going to be boots on the ground, vehicles? I don't know, but we'll be watching. We'll be hoping something is turned up in the new search that is going to happen. According to Don Wells, TBI told him, and he wrote it in his post, for Summer Moon Utah Wells. Great news, great news. Let's locate Summer. Keep keeping on, and until then, tomorrow, talk soon.